Afternoon, everybody. Kevin here, Bam One Garage. Thanks for joining me. Got a project today on my Jeep, my 2018 Rubicon. So since I've been running 35s for several years now, well, it's equivalent. It's like a 315 70 17. So essentially the metric equivalent. I was running that with just like a simple spacer lift. But a while back, I actually put the Mopar factory 2-inch lift kit on it. Now since I've been running these, just kind of as I try to just use the rest of the tires up. I mean, I had these Goodyear Territories. Essentially, they're like Bronco takeoffs that I had bought, and I got like 45,000 miles out of them, so not bad. But essentially, with the plan with going to the 2-inch lift, so I'm now planning to run 37s. And the key with that on these is that the spare tire will no longer fit. Essentially, even with this tire here, you can't even get your fingers between the step on the bumper and the tire there. It's a pretty tight fit. So went on the old Amazon and bought essentially one of their reinforcement kits, essentially kind of the Mopar knockoff, and then also at the same time got the Rough Country spacer, essentially that just moves the tire up. It looks like it's about 2 inches or so. Should give me enough clearance, they say, to run 37s. So yeah, so join me here as kind of working through the kind of the guide on the instructions and get all this hooked up, and we'll see how it goes. And then plan is in about 3 days, I got an appointment to go get the tires installed. So today I'll just get it on here just with this 35, see how much clearance I got compared to like really right now, like nothing almost, and then I guess that'll give me a judge whether a 37, which is about, I think, see, I measured these, they're actually like, right now, like 33 inches tall because of how worn they are, versus like a 36.5-inch tall tire once get the new ones on there. So let's get all this kind of disassembled and then start trying to figure out how to put it back together. Out of the way. Also give me a chance to actually clean behind this thing. This is I'll admit, while I may clean the Jeep, I do not take the spare tire off to clean behind it, so forgive the dirtiness. Let's see, so next up, gotta remove the tire carrier bracket. Alright, I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll have to do a little research on what's with this little extra add-on. Looks like somebody split into this thing. Not sure. Maybe the Jeep didn't originally come with a backup camera, or what exactly. I admit I did not buy this Jeep new. Bought it a couple years used. But I got some Williams and Lake LLC item plugged in here, kind of in essentially in the series, and tap into it. And because of that, it was kind of a nightmare trying to get the wires out of this thing, is where they have these clip-on wire crimps. It's kind of ugly. But yeah, I had to essentially take this out so I could take the bracket off and not have it hanging from the wires. yeah, to do a little research on what exactly this extra pigtail is. So that's interesting. Alright, let's get that cleaned up. Probably first and only time it's ever been cleaned in behind where that tire carrier was. Alright, so the instructions say to put some tape across the tailgate. Try to lock everything down. For posterity stake, see if I can shove some cardboard kind of underneath the edge here. So that'll maybe try to keep it from moving too much. If you can hear the rain in the background, it's a nice rainy day here in Georgia. Rained on a bit there. This is just supposed to... This thing at least being cooler having a hoodie on today. These little spacers that go behind the bracket, it says. And they kind of fit in like so. Alright, this is kind of where the plans start to diverge of trying to put two things together. Go ahead and torque these down before I mount the bracket on it. Still a totally calibrated torque wrench. Before I fully tighten it down, I'm actually going to raise the third brake light as well. The instructions do advise that for running a 37. It'll won't have much use for a rearview mirror at that point, but at least I always have the backup camera. So. That's still pretty sturdy, even just with the one bolt instead of two bolts in it. If I have to, I'll come up with something to reinforce that, but I think it's should be all right. Never really any kind of load on it. First test to make sure the tailgate still works. Yeah. All right. Williams and Lake LLC comes up with 4 different businesses. Ah, okay. So this is one of those flashing third brake light devices. So when you hit the brakes, it does the pulse flash instead of just a regular on light. So, okay. Here I was afraid it might be something sinister, like somebody's trying to track me or something. So, all right, well then I just need to feed all of this back through the hole, plug it all back in. So I made a mistake. So I'm supposed to route the cable out the bottom side here versus where it's originally coming out the top. So that was my mistake. So loosen this side up. That's the key, is you have to take this thing apart even to reroute the wiring inside of it. I'm not messing with those with the wrench. sure anybody that's done this is probably yelling at the camera saying, you got to take this thing apart and move a wire from the outside of the screws to the inside of the screws, and then you get all this extra play in the wires. But I didn't read the instructions, so. Torquing. It's good to, I guess, get extra screws left over. Means you did something right. Not really, just there's 2 screws you can't put back in. Alright, got our new to me bump stops. It's lovely, you don't really have much of a groove cut in them. That one helped. Alright, that wraps it up. I had to make sure to get the Jeep on the bottom. The real test when I go to put tires on Wednesday will be, do they actually put the spare tire back on with the Jeep in the correct location? Or if it's like every other time, I would go to the dealership, which is kind of sad, and I would have the tires rotated. They would always end up with this just in some random location, which was kind of irritating coming from the Jeep dealership, I won't lie. I would expect more from them, but yeah. But yeah, I guess we got this. Let's see, make sure everything. Yeah, seems to open and close well. Got plenty of height up here now. Yeah, take the tablet here. Plenty of height up here for when I get the 37s. And then on the bottom, yeah, still got some dirt. Got a good couple inches there. So it should be enough to fit that. So yeah, so that's the install of the Amazon tire carrier and Rough Country, I guess, spare tire lift, whatever the terminology is. Somewhere around here I actually have one of those Jeep Mopar performance parts stickers, like side badges. I got it when I got the Mopar lift. Never did put it on the side of the Jeep, so maybe I'll stick it on the back here as kind of an homage there to the knockoff Amazon Mopar reinforcement plate. But yeah, I'll stop the video here, and then in a couple days I'll get the new tires on it, and we'll check that out, see how it looks, kind of share those details. Hey everybody, you're back here a couple days later. Now got the new tires installed. Jeep's looking pretty good with 37s. I mean, nothing overly special, right? Just got a Mopar 2-inch lift. Went with Revelo Ridgetrack RTs just because they were, well, to be honest, they were cheap. Walmart had these things on rollback for like $203 a tire, which for a 37 1250 17 tire is like half the price of a BFG. So I view it as, if they last even half as long, it's worth it. But overall, I mean, not a terrible looking tread design. I mean, kind of reminds me a lot of the more modern hybrid tire style designs. But now I got the 37 also on the back of the Jeep. So I did find my Mopar little sticker that I got with the lift, so I went ahead and put that on the back of the tire carrier there. But yeah, now with 37s, still actually has, you know, actually a little more clearance than I had with the 35s on here before with the factory setup. So that's looking good. So yeah, so thanks for joining me. Kind of checking out how installing the Amazon reinforcement and then the rough country spare tire lift on the Jeep here, and how it's kind of looking with the 37s on it now. So enjoy this. It's, I know, a lot quieter now with these new tires, because other ones had worn down so bad they were just becoming obnoxious. So it's kind of nice to actually be able to hear myself think while driving again. But yeah, so enjoying a nice spring day here in Georgia. It finally dried out a little bit, warmed up a little bit, so probably a good day maybe to take the top off and maybe enjoy the next couple of days of sunny weather. So thanks for joining me. If you know, like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Thanks.